Luka was second in the league in usage rate. The next highest Mav, 15% behind Spencer Dinwiddie, who's only been with Dallas for 23 games. Dallas 8-9 in the 17 games without Luka. Tim Legler rejoins, and just a quick sort of one-sentence thought here. Dallas without Luka in big trouble?
Huge. They can't lose both games at home and expect to win the series, and I don't think he's going to play in either game. He generates all of their offense. Yeah. They got gamers on that team. Brunson's going to play to his max. Dinwiddie's going to do his thing. It's not Luka Doncic and all that he creates. So no, that's trouble for them.
With Steph, Golden State is title threat?
Legitimate threat to win it all if he looks healthy, because fresh legs for a guy like that this time of the year could be dangerous. And those guys have barely played together this year, Scott. So I think they're a legit contender if he looks like Steph Curry normally looks.
All right. Deep dive here on a couple of series, one of which I know has got you doing radio hits in Philadelphia.
And Toronto.
Toronto. That tells you that Raptors-Sixers is a really intriguing series. The most intriguing to you because why?
Hands down, the most intriguing to me because of the James Harden factor. I mean, listen, the guy went there for a specific reason, right?
Totally agree.
And he said the other day, I have nothing to prove and I don't feel pressure.
I totally disagree.
Completely. That's the disingenuous statement. The second part, maybe, if he wants to say I don't feel any pressure, hey, who knows? That's internal. I doubt that. But the first part, I have nothing to prove. He's got to be kidding me. He has everything to prove. They specifically targeted this player, and they went 2/3 of a season without replacing an all-star, waiting to get their hands on James Harden because they think he's the guy to put him over the top. And, Scott, he is not playing well coming in. I think over the last 6 games, he has 2 more made field goals than turnovers. He's shooting 34%. There's a lot of concern in Philadelphia because if he's not the second-best player in this series, they will lose that series.
And Toronto's capable. They got guys who aren't afraid. And I get saying I don't have anything to prove, but I don't get it saying it actually, because you do. You haven't been great in the playoffs, and like you just said, they brought you in to be a guy. Be a guy.
I'm no speechwriter, but I could give him 100 different ways to say what he needed to say that people would want to hear in that city, especially Embiid, which is, hey, listen, I do have something to prove, and I plan on proving it.
There you go.
That's why I'm here.
Boom, Philadelphia. Go down to Wawa.
That's all you need, but one thing Philadelphia fans can't relate to, they can't relate to anybody that comes off as if, you know what, I'm not going to die to win, because the fan base will. That's all they want. They'll live with bad performances in that city, and they can't live with that, and they can't live with guys that don't look like they want the moment. It's hard for them to relate to that when you get up in the morning and go drive your truck to work in a blue-collar town, and the guy's making $40 million and is afraid of a moment.
Just care as much as we care.
That's it, man. And look, they might. I picked the Sixers in 7. I don't have a ton of confidence in that pick, but that, to me, I think that's going to be the best series in the first round.
Look, Grizzlies, Timberwolves, I mean, you don't need a whole lot of help selling this one. It's interesting. There's been a little tweets back and forth, a little chit-chat back and forth. Ja, Patrick Beverley. Beverley's the kind of guy that can take you out of what you want to try to do. If you sort of, give me a thought of how this goes, what do you expect to see?
It's the scene in Anchorman when all the news crews throw down outside right in the parking lot. Okay, that to me is what that series is going to be. A whole lot of talking, a whole lot of physicality, a whole lot of noise and distraction, and it's going to come down to this. The Memphis Grizzlies are playing with an enormous chip on their shoulder, and they're playing with an incredible talent that gives them swagger when they take the court, because Ja Morant has an answer for anything you throw at him. What he cannot do is allow that guy right there to get his blood boiling to the point that he's not thinking about what the task at hand is, right? And he gets caught up in this. Patrick Beverley has won that battle. Memphis is going to prove that they feel like they're being disrespected. Some people, even after the way Minnesota played the other night, have picked the Timberwolves to win this series. Memphis is hearing all of that stuff. The Grizzlies are a tough-minded team with an elite talent, and they just have to stay on point, because Minnesota's going to try to get them thinking about other things. But this is going to be entertainment, max value. Get your popcorn ready. I hope it does go like at least 6, because I want to see it.
As Josh said earlier in the year, like we'll go up the chimney for the smoke. They're not afraid of any of it. But Patrick he'll play the Jedi mind tricks, man. He'll get you off your message. You don't want any parts of that, because he's wired for that as well.
No doubt.
Tim, we're just getting going with this. I know we're going to be talking a bunch throughout the playoffs. Look forward to that.
Same here.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.